the spirit and matter. Remember? I mentioned about that. Okay. Now we know the spirit is more dense, more solid, and more real than matter. But we have the opposite way of thinking. We think that anything that is spiritual is very misty and cloudy and like thin. But in fact, the spirit penetrates everything, controls everything. Okay, and this you know this because we are spirit. You ask the question, where am I in my body? Where's the I? The I is everywhere in my body, isn't it? It's not just in the mind. If it is in the mind, then when my body dies, the brain is dead. You don't see the soul or the I, right? So the I is denser, more real. That's why it can control. It moves through, molecules and atoms here. And this is reality. Rarely you hear anybody really expose this to all of us. Okay, now, I mentioned about three visions, or three way of seeing, or three sights. Okay, since we are doing this technology, it's called God technology, or the OK technology, or the Omega Christ. Kaf in the Hebrew means the hand, a blessing hand, or the spoon for blessing. Okay, as long as you can say okay, you're okay. As long as I can say okay, I'm okay. Okay, it's long. I've been teaching about this for months. Okay, now, is it okay? Okay, if you can say okay, you're okay. Okay, let's see. They're okay. You okay?
Okay.
Annabelle, you okay? I hear you saying in here. Okay, I heard. Okay, say that. Okay. Now, the view we see with our body. Okay, we see with the senses in the head. You have the ears, the eyes, the nose, the tongue, and how skin we touch. When we can see with our ears when we understand. We can see with our eyes. We can see with the nose. We can see with the tongue. The word "see" has a more profound meaning than just looking and see. Okay, so we can see with our body. That is one way of seeing. The second way of seeing is through reason. Okay, reasoning, rational. So the body or the eyes cannot see pi or the golden ratio. The golden ratio of the Greek cannot see that. They cannot. The body cannot perceive that. Or how about the body can see 1 + 1 is 2? There's only the mind. We see with the reason. The third way of seeing, we see it with the heart. Okay, the vision of the heart, which is beyond the mind, and the heart is spirit. Okay, certainly in human life we have a kind. I call it spontaneous combustion. You know what that is? You see somebody, immediately you like that person. And you see somebody else, immediately, spontaneously, you dislike that person. That's why you fall in love. That's what it is, from the heart. And Blaise Pascal said that the heart has its reason that the mind cannot grasp. That's love. Okay? So we see with the heart, and that is called faith. The mind cannot grasp. And this person will make me really miserable in my life. Still, I live with this person. I don't know why. I dislike this person very, very much, but I lived with him for 50 years already. How many years?
42.
42 years.
Almost.
Yeah, and then you make your life, really excited. But you still 42 years, still together. Miracles. Miracles. Still together. But 2 years.
Don't worry. We're not filming.
Julius is making the lock very, very understood. It's very strange, huh? But the heart has reasons that the mind cannot grasp. Why do you stay with him? Gives you a lot of trouble.
That is the question.
No. See, it is only the heart, love. Love here. So, that is, I'm gonna talk more about that, but I'm gonna talk about love. Okay, uh, love is a strange, really strange thing. If love is blind and God is love and God is blind, isn't it? Blind to the physical, the material, and to the mind, the reason you cannot see how God operates the divine logic. Okay, now what does it mean to love? I'm gonna come to this point of the Jesus prayer. Okay, what is love? Love is very different from liking. Okay, you can like somebody, or you can dislike somebody, but still you can love. For instance, your children, right, or your husband. Right?
Sacrifice.
Huh?
That's love.
Isn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Your children, you don't like them really.
But I always love.
They cause misery in your life, and still you love them. Why are you looking at her? So
She's a child.
now what is love? Love is you can love in the carnal, the body, that's the pleasure. You can love in the mind, okay? Well, you can think and you see the truth and beauty, all those things. But there's another level in the heart, it's called the will. Okay? The will's in here. Or any kind of act we do, or thinking we do, or saying, speaking we do, or movement we do, all start from the will. We will it. Any kind of good acting or evil acting comes from the will. Okay, so sinning, we will it. Okay, and doing good, holy things, we will it. Okay? Love truly comes from the will. It's not just whether I like it or not. Just I will it. You grow to this maturity, you will it. And what is love? You can define love in any way you like, but it has to do with the will. Okay, essentially, in essence, love is this. Love is this. I will the good for you. I will the good for you. That's it. I will everything good for you. Okay. Now, if you will everything good for the person, whoever that is, okay, your enemy, your friend, your family, whoever, husband or wife, you will the good for that person. That person may cause you a lot of misery, but you will the good for that person. You're loving that person. Suppose I will ill for you. I will be very indifferent to you. I don't care, because in my will I only will, you do not exist in my life. I will that, I will not take care. I do not care. So the will is very important. You ask yourself, what is love? What is love? Willing the good for the other person, whether the person does harm to you or does good to you. Willing, okay? So now, you know one thing, in this universe, the visible, invisible universe, we have beings, intelligent being, and free agent, like the angels and the devils, and of course, angels are many, and then human beings. The animal, they have instinct. They do not, they cannot control themselves. They're hungry, they eat. When they are tired, they sleep. Okay, that's instinct. But human being we will. We know human being can will good or will bad. The devil always will bad or evil to us. Angels, they always will good to us because they follow the Lord. But in God, we know that God is love because He always will the good for everything and everyone, including Lucifer. That's why He does not have love. He is love. No matter what you do to me, I will good to you. That is a different kind of love, a different level. And when we talk about this technology, this Jesus prayer, we talk about this. This is profound. We get insight that our own human nature, our own spiritual nature within there, and everything that we are right now. You're standing here as a couple. You're sitting there as a couple, husband and wife. It is your will. You will the good for each other. The moment you say, I do not will the good for my spouse anymore, that's called hatred. We will the good for all the Muslims. They will evil for us. We still will the good for them. They have no problem with that. They can kill us. We will the good. Doesn't mean we're stupid. We're not gonna, protect ourselves and our children. We're still the willing the good. Now, so we do not know how to will good all the time. Okay, so the Lord came and He gives us Himself. Jesus. There's nothing else except love, isn't it? In the name of Jesus. Except love. Willing the good for our, not just our body, but our soul and our eternal salvation. Jesus. That's what we do. Okay? This will heal us, cure us from all kind of ill will. Now, people will back to me, but many a times I will back to myself. 90%, I could say 9 or even 95% of our pain and suffering comes from us. We will illness to ourselves, ill will to ourselves, and illness to ourselves. That's why we get sick. Physically, mentally, emotionally, sensually, intellectually, spiritually, because we will ill to ourselves. That's why we have illness. Nobody can help you except you. The Lord created us without our consent, but He cannot save you without your consent. But to will to let Him will good to you. We have the ill and have the illness. So will, God's will. That's all the saints does. All the saints they do. I conform my will to the will of God, and the will of God is always perfect for me. Okay, and that's why we will Jesus into ourselves, and we will mercy outside of ourselves. Any kind of bitterness, resentment, we cannot control it, but will good to it. Will good to it, and that goodness will wash away or purge all those, bad thing or illness, whatever you have in you. Okay, this is still purging. Please stand and let us pray. Remember the word remember. Re means put an emphasis, or put an emphasis, or again, okay? Member, of course, our member. We remember when we put back ourselves together. We remember when we call upon the name of the Almighty God, He comes. He is present to us, and we are present to Him. So when we call the name of God the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit, God is here. So we acknowledge Him, we honor Him, and we adore Him. Let us take a deep breath. In the name of the Father.
In the name of the Father.
Hold on to your breath. Heavenly Father, once again, take over my mind, my brain, my will, my imagination, my reason, my memory. I reign over my mind. Without and of the Son.
And of the Son.
This heart, Lord Jesus Christ, You created it. And You know how frail, how weak it is. We need You. Recreate a new heart for me. Put Your heart, Your second heart in here, and be the heart of my heart. Breathe in and of the Holy.
And of the Holy.
Hold on to holiness. Without Spirit. Without the Spirit of life. Within, say A. Without, say man. Within, Jesus. To the toe. Hold on. Out. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. Out. Mercy.
Mercy.
Nose. Empty. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. Out. Mercy.
Mercy.
Nose. Empty. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. Out. Mercy.
Mercy.
Nose. Empty. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. Out. Mercy.
Mercy.
Hold. Empty. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. Out. Mercy.
Mercy.
Nose. Empty. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. Out. Mercy.
Mercy.
Nose. Empty. In. Jesus.
Jesus.
Hold. Hold on. The Lord be with you all.
And with your spirit.
May Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit.
Amen.
Let us give praise to the Lord.
Thanks be to God.
So